Heyo YouTube, it is Connor and Chris with Metal Inside Me. Today we interviewed metal band Flatline from the UK.
That's right. And over the course of the discussion, we talked about their songwriting process, the lack of a metal scene in the part of UK that they're from, as well as a number of other things.
Yeah, these guys were really fun guys. We shared a lot of laughs during this interview. It was a really fun one. And without further ado, we're going to play a clip of their music, and we're going to jump into the interview.
Fucking fade away, just like the arms of the one you thought you'd play.
Okay, let's do it. So we'll get started by having you guys introduce yourselves and tell us what your role in the band is.
Sweet. I'm Max, I play drums.
I'm Luke, couple of bass.
Oh, shit.
This already. In order. Let's pick an order. You can go second. I'll go third.
Right. Okay. I'm Liam. I'm vocalist.
I'm Luke, and I play bass.
Solid, guys. So why don't you tell us the story of how your band came to be?
So I was making music with our guitarist and a guy that I won't name that we didn't like very much. And then we sort of left him, and there's a tattoo artist we know who it's very complicated, who knew the guitarist of my old band, and he said, oh, there's a vocalist looking for a band, which is Liam. So then we got together as a band, and then we kicked the other guitarist out because we didn't really like him. And then Liam went to college with Luke and hit him up, and then now we are Flatline.
There we go.
Pretty much. It's the most boring story in the history of bands.
It was a weird one, though, because when you messaged me, Liam, we never talked when we were in college.
Oh, yeah, like, I don't think I ever said a word to you. Like, you were way too cool for me in college.
I knew who you were because we had that mutual respect of, like, you might wear, like, a They Artist Murder t-shirt one day, and I'd be like, oh, cool. But I was too fucking weird to say anything to you anyway, so we didn't speak.
Yeah.
But then, like, 4 years down the line, you're like, do you still play bass? And I was like, yeah. But I didn't. I'd quit pretty much. And I was like, send me what you got, though. You sent me these songs that were fucking sick, and I was like, oh, yeah, mate, I'll do it. Yeah, no, I can still play, yeah. And just lied my way in, really.
Yeah. So your music, guys, we'll jump into talking about the EP, is really, really hard, really, really heavy, but also I think really, really well put together and cohesive. You know, you've got ambient sections that fit very well with just the heaviest shit verses and whatnot. And so I'm curious about your songwriting process. How do you guys work together to make your music?
We don't. Liam writes everything, and then I go in and I'm like, Liam, no human can play those drums, so can we do this instead? But yeah, that's pretty much it. Liam literally writes everything because he is a god.
Yeah,
I'll take it. Now, for this EP, like, I already came with, so I think of the 5 songs that's on it, we already had all of them except for Error. I think I'd already had, or at least had a basis for it written beforehand, and then brought them to you guys. And I think, so like Paralysis and Conceit, I wrote years ago for like an old band. Then Cultist, I wrote it was going to be used for someone else. And then Monumental, I think I just wrote maybe like a month or so before we started the band. But yeah, and then Mike wrote the lyrics for Error and for Monumental. Mm-hmm. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much it. But we've got a new single that Mike wrote, a new song that Mike wrote that is ridiculous. It's so good. Yeah, our new songs, like, if we've got like a subsequent release,
there's a few on there that I've wrote, and there's a few on there that Mike's wrote, so that should be sick.
Dope.
Yeah.
So I guess this question is directed towards Liam, but I'd like to ask about your approach to lyricism. Do you feel that it's really important to have a heavy meaning in your lyrics, or are you just having fun with the lyrics? Do you keep them vague? How do you approach that?
Oh, that's the hard question.
Or should
I
we talk
genuinely,
about cultist?
well, yeah, like I just kind of, as I go into a song, like, so for instance, you say cultist, like I'd write it all without any lyrics or without anything in mind. So I'd write the guitar, the drums, everything else to it with nothing in mind. And then I guess, kind of try and get what feeling I'm getting from the song. Obviously, like it starts with like a really kind of doomy, sludgy bit, and then it goes a bit genty partway through. But like, it wasn't like it's not like an uplifting song or anything. It was like a pretty angry song throughout. So then I don't know, just try and think of like a theme that, say, I don't feel that strongly, like too strongly about anything that like I get really, really passionate about the lyrics, but I'll think, oh, I'll write a song about this that I guess I believe in.
Well, cultist about how
cultists
religions
is
are
like,
cult, isn't it?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's anti-religion, but it's
Well,
anti-religious people.
yeah.
But then I think paralysis is about my friend experiencing sleep paralysis, and what other one did I write? Conceit was about like I think when I wrote it, it was specifically to do with like celebrities and YouTubers and shit like that, taking advantage of the position that they have, like the influence they've got on people. But I don't know, like when I have a song now, I just think, right, I'm just going to write about this theme. I'm just going to try and write about this theme today, and then I'll just scroll loads of words down to like a word map. I'll have a word in the middle, then a load of words going the outside, and then I'll think of a word that connects with this word coming out, and then by the end of it, you've got a full page covered in words, and then just roll with it like that, really.
So we can go one by one with this next question, but I'm curious what your musical influences are, because while I was listening to the EP, I could pick up on a lot of influences, but I still didn't think that you sounded like any particular band. So I am curious what bands or musical artists influenced each of you individually, and how that affects the music that you've actually ended up making.
I think bands that have directly inspired the music I'm making, not necessarily the bands that I'd say my top 3 bands of all time or whatever, but the bands that have definitely inspired the music that we create, and you'll be able to hear it within the songs. I'd probably say it'd be like Architects to an extent, Polaris, Error, North Lane, Wage War. Yeah, probably those would be the 5 really, I'd say.
Sweet. I listen to literally anything. So I listen to like Northland, Architects. I listen to like Juice WRLD and Childish Gambino, and I think for me, like the most influential people are like Nick, who plays drums for Northland, and Dan, who plays drums for Architects. So it's just kind of, I don't know. I really like the way the sort of how do I put it? Play drums, basically. Yeah, try and sort of copy some Phil ideas and various
Straight from the path.
beats and things. Straight from the path as well, yeah.
Big one.
Shout out Craig
Shout out
Reynolds.
Craig.
Yeah, it's the best drum in the world, really, isn't he? About you, Luke?
Arguably, yeah.
What about you?
I'm
are you
like
going to
you,
say
man.
Mac Miller?
I got Mac Miller right on my wall. I'll show you, but he's right there. Got A3 from Mac Miller right there on the wall. I like hardcore, so I came from like UK hardcore, so like that's like Breaking Point, Retire Prevail, all that. But then I've came from like when I was younger, listening to like Architects and like Watch Your Sleeps, All Bring Me the Horizon, New Bring Me the Horizon. I like them more. It's like when Liam sent me these songs, I like that EP.
What the weird one with like
the
18-minute long of only Sykes telling you how to meditate.
Yeah, it's a bit artsy and that, but it's
Yeah,
pretty
really.
chill.
Oh, it's weird though.
It's you just put it in the background and be like, oh yeah, it's just a vibe, innit?
It's while you meditate.
So
Man.
one thing me and Chris really appreciate is when we hear a local band that we're about to interview, and it sparks a big discussion of what are their influences, what subgenre do you think this is? And me and Chris both agreed we don't think you are a copy and paste exact metalcore, exact hardcore. So I'm interested to know, given all the influences you just named, do you think you land into a particular subgenre? And obviously, feel free to say no. We think we're kind of creating our own lane.
This band's fucking weird, man.
Yeah, we are, to be fair.
This band's weird as
I'd
fuck.
say as a whole, we probably fall into the like progressive metalcore, but we have some like doom metal influences and like death metal influences and some clean ambient bits and
Yeah,
Then you
that's
hear the
the
new
thing.
songs that we've got, and it's like it's almost like hardcore. But then there's also
Yeah.
the metalcore thing, like the classic, like I don't know what you call it, like classic metalcore. But then there's like the hardcore, the doom, the fuck. It's mad. Everything good about every heavy genre is kind of blended into these songs. I feel like other songs that
Yeah, like for instance, like the one song "Cultist," like the start of it starts like it's a doomy song, and then it's just got some really heavy, chuggy breakdown, and then it's like just kind of like a thrashy old metalcore riff, and then a kind of bouncy, kind of groovy riff, and then a offbeat, genty riff. So it's all over the place, yeah. Where I wouldn't necessarily say we're carving out a new genre because I don't know, like it'd be very, very, very hard to do that with what's going on with music today. Like pretty much everything's been done, but like you said, I also don't think it's just like a straight up copy and paste because I don't think there's many bands that are doing that many different metal genres in one.
Yeah, I'm curious. Is there so we talk to a lot of hardcore bands in America. They have a very DIY thing that they have going on. Bands like Architects, they're very much about like they support Sea Shepherd. They're into veganism and all that sort of thing. And so I'm curious if there's an ideology or an ethos that unites you guys, or if your main prerogative is to just make good music.
I don't know.
none of us eat meat, apart from Mike, who's not here.
Apart
The ones that
from-
are on the
yeah.
call,
Yeah, we're
don't
all,
eat
we're
meat.
all veggie.
But then we haven't written about that, have we?
Yeah, no, we've not written about that yet. I mean, probably now that I'm a veggie as well, it'll come.
Let's write a veggie anthem.
Yeah. How long have you been veggie now, Liam?
Only just over a month now, I think. Just over a month.
Going strong, man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not too
it was
bad.
too much, probably. That's what it is.
You
I
are
see
still-
some-
Good influences.
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
too much.
I see some straight cattle decapitation lyrics coming out of you, Liam.
I can't do his vocals though. I can't do his vocals. Ridiculous.
Well, I mean, brought up vocals. How did you learn to scream? Because I think you have a pretty good variety of sounds you're capable of making, and I think you're executing all of them fairly well.
Oh, that's good to hear. Thank you. So I'm 24 now, but when I went to uni at 18, I went down. So I live in the north of England, and I went to London for uni, which obviously in the south of England, and like I didn't know anyone really there, bar one person. So I just thought, well, I'm not doing a lot of my time now. Fuck it, like I know how to play guitar, and I can never find a vocalist to do stuff with for music. So I was like, well, I'll just learn to do it myself. So I was in my uni flat, my uni accommodation. I was just doing that every day, just practicing every day. And
Your neighbours must have hated you.
oh, 100%.
What is going on next door?
I got noise complaints.
The neighbourhood
yeah, no.
watch came round to see me when I was 10 and told me off for playing drums.
Did they actually?
Yeah, it's like I
Nah,
can't play
just
drums at home
bloody
anymore.
priest.
The neighborhood watch.
Yeah.
No, but I just did that every day and like be going in the shower and doing it, and I don't know, it's literally just not even screaming, but just making a whole like grudge kind of noise constantly until I then developed a sound. And even for a good few years, it was only really highs, mids, and lows that I could do. And it was only within the past maybe like 2 years that I've kind of got the main yell sound that I do. That's weird. I don't even know how to do that. It's weird.
I don't understand it.
Then he became the greatest vocalist.
Yeah,
arguably,
yeah,
in
sure.
England.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'll take it.
it worked.
So, have you guys had the opportunity to perform live? And if so, do you mind also telling us about your local metal scene?
What local
Three
metal
times.
scene?
3 times.
Local metal scene's dog shit. We played
The
3
local
shows,
metal, yeah.
and then COVID
then
hit, and it's
COVID.
depressing.
The
That's
local metal scene where we live is Flatline, and
the
what
only
is
band
it?
worth a damn, anyways.
Well,
Let's
there's
be real.
a dying rain and collapse of colour. That's pretty much it.
Oh, yeah.
And
It used to be
but they
sick,
don't
though.
play live. Yeah, like
we heard
back,
Ritual's
what,
new songs,
5
though.
Who's
Nah.
Rituals?
We heard Ritual's new songs.
Who's that?
You type them in after this. Rituals.
Okay.
Some of the riffs are sick.
Where they're
so
from?
good. From around here, Newcastle, I think. I don't know.
It's not
Definitely
from,
around
that's
here.
not round here.
Yeah, but Collapse of Colour in Newcastle as well.
Oh,
That's like an hour
I
away
thought they
from
were
here.
Borough.
But it used to be, back in the day, it used to be sick, though. Like, growing up, like, being
Oh,
like
100%.
13,
class.
14 in this area, it was like we had festivals, like DIY festivals, all the shows. There was like 2 or 3 different venues that had all these metal bands and hardcore bands.
Yeah.
And it was sick, and
quality.
then it just dropped off, and it all just sort of died. Like, I don't
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
pretty
get it.
sure that While She Sleeps played at Liberties in like 2010 maybe.
Really?
And that's
Yeah.
massive, considering, like, if you don't know where we're from in the northeast of England, we're like a pretty small town. Like, it's not like, it's like our scene was actually sick, but
It's class.
nowadays not so much.
Awful.
We're kind of just it.
Pretty much.
That's how we started, right? That's how we started, though, isn't it? Like, just because there's no.
We all wanted to be in a metal band.
Oh,
and there
yeah,
was no
100%.
other metal
Yeah.
bands around.
No one else.
Yeah.
But if you start, like, I remember being in like little random bands where we'd go to like 2 practices. But I remember being back in those bands in like 2011 or whatever. And you could literally go to Middlesbrough Town Centre on a Saturday and be like, "Oh, who's a guitarist who wants to be in a band?" And you'd have a million people. "Oh yeah, I'll be in a
There was
band." I'll be in a
loads.
band."
Yeah.
There's literally tons of just small bands that, like I said, you'd do like 2 practices and then be like, "Oh, I can't bother," and then just get another band. But there's so many people who'd be up for doing music. But nowadays, even like, so when we were 16, that was the case. Like, there's no, I wouldn't even say there's 16-year-olds nowadays that are like that.
So what has it been like making music in the middle of a pandemic?
What's it been like?
Or, you know,
Yeah.
what challenges have faced you other than, you know, I'll just let you answer the broad question.
To be fair, the pandemic's been alright for us. Like, we released an EP, we released some t-shirts. We've got pretty much most of another
Released a
EP
video.
written. We released a music video as well. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, we got most of another EP written, and
It was a nice little break.
yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
if it could have
From
stopped like a month or 2 ago, then that'd sound like if everything went back to normal a month or 2 ago. But
So
yeah,
we could have
no,
actually
I'd
promoted
rather it
our
just
EP
stop.
and played a show. Yeah,
Yeah, and we can play shows.
yeah.
So obviously, since you weren't able to perform live for the release of this EP, have you guys had a specific approach to online marketing during this time?
Putting lots of money into Facebook ads. About it.
Yeah, it's pretty much it. There's not a lot we can really promote, though, is it? Like, we've got the EP out, but we don't have much content to go along with it. Like, obviously, like we could have always done a better job promoting stuff. We could have found stuff to do, but I don't know. There's not often pictures to be taken and posted online because there's not a lot going on.
We didn't see each other for like, what, 3 or 4 months probably, right? Like, we
Yeah,
didn't even
exactly.
just hang out in person. Like, we played Xbox. Well, no, you know, one thing we did do, which was cool, we had a Warzone clan.
Yeah, we played lots and lots of Call of Duty Warzone.
Yeah, so we posted like, "Oh, who wants to join our Warzone clan?" But that was it. That was
Nobody
kinda it.
joined.
I was going to say, I'm
Yeah,
sure we
well, no,
didn't
had
get
a
anyone
couple.
joined.
We had a
It
couple.
was just us and our friends.
Well, yeah.
So
Oh, man.
another broad question. What are your goals for the band? Do you have any like specific benchmarks you're trying to reach, or where do you see yourself in, you know, 1 year, 5 years, whenever?
I don't know about a like a specific goal, like an end goal, but I'd be buzzing as soon as we just get booked onto a tour.
Yeah.
I said at the beginning, man, we met, first time we ever met together was in a pub. And I was like, listen, I got 3 goals. I want to be in Kerrang magazine. Not because magazines are anything like worth anything anymore, really, but just for like 10-year-old me, it'd be sick as fuck for like be in there. And I show my mum and be like, Mum, look, I'm in bloody Kerrang magazine. Go Europe, go to America, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I just want to be able to quit my job and just do music full time.
That's very, very hard though. Like even massive bands,
Yeah, I
like that's
know.
not the case.
Or maybe get like a side like job in a coffee shop or something and just do band all the time.
Yeah.
That's your dream job, innit? We're in a coffee shop.
No.
Max is a big fan of coffee.
Yeah. I drink way too much coffee. It's fine though, it's alright.
He knows all the best spots.
That's a valuable friend to have. So what has been for each of your biggest struggles as a band?
Learning how to play the drums that Liam wrote. Because they're so hard.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Liam.
Well, we were in
very
Liam's house on Tuesday, a couple of days ago, and it was me, Mike, and Liam just sat writing the drums for this new song. We were like, this is Max's worst nightmare. It's 3 guitar players just writing drums on a MIDI, going, "No, yeah, Max will probably do that."
Yeah, you've got at least like 6 blast beats in there. They're just a little short, but you do have blast beats in there.
As long as they're not gravity blasts, it's cool.
Yeah, no.
We haven't really struggled, have we, really? Let's be real. Like, realistically, the band's only really started in January. Like, we were practicing like from last summer. We didn't really do anything like till January. And then it was like 3 months. We played a couple of shows. Then it's been sort of stopped. So we haven't really struggled, right? Like, we're still really, really new. So
yeah, the struggle literally has just been getting shows, but that's been the same for everyone. So
So
we've got a show booked though.
Yeah,
we do.
Oh, sorry.
Sweet.
Halloween. What were we playing? What's it called? The Forum in Darlington.
Darlington Forum. It's
30th of
socially distanced metal gig
Oh.
So we'll see how that goes.
with
I
picnic
think it'll be
benches.
If it goes ahead, obviously with all the lockdown stuff, but
Yeah.
if it goes ahead, that'd be sick.
By the way,
I
boys,
was-
I'm dressing up as Joe Exotic.
No, I was going to say,
That's a good.
I was going to call boys here, right? If there's 4 of us, yeah. What should we dress up as? We should all I think we should have like Power Rangers or something like that. Like we need to go together. So what would you guys think?
So
not to
I'm
sound
I'm
not
Joe
sounding
Exotic.
egotistic, but I think the vocals should be Joe Exotic and everyone else should be Tigers.
I'm not being a fucking tiger.
No, I'm Joe Exotic. Liam, you can be Carol Baskin. Luke, you can be that weird old guy, and Mike can be his husband with no teeth.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
I'm gonna say no.
I have no idea. Should we go as crayons?
No.
Why?
What we do,
It'd be funny.
like a black? Let's do a black metal thing. Let's go like black metal men.
No,
With,
because
like,
people
corn
think we're
paint.
actually like a black metal band.
You what?
Yeah, maybe.
We should just go as Mayhem.
Or they'll think we're Kiss, and that's even worse.
Yeah.
This is my favorite band in the whole world.
Who?
Kiss.
I thought
Not really.
it was AC/DC.
Yeah, not the garbage.
Yeah, Kiss are garbage.
Oh man. Well, that's sick. I think you guys are the first band we've talked to who has a show booked like in the near future. So
Killing it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Cannot wait.
yeah. So converse to the question that Connor asked, what is the best or most meaningful experience that you guys have had as a band?
You know what it is?
Oh,
Making the 3 best friends anyone could ever have.
Oh,
wow. Wow.
Yeah, cut that out. Cut that out.
No, the most meaningful, the best and most meaningful is Metal Screamo Ruined the Night.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
So
yeah.
context. We played a gig. It was in Newcastle.
It was a battle of the
there's-
bands.
It was a battle of the bands thing. It was rigged from the beginning.
It was
We knew,
heavily.
we knew that going in. It was fine. But so, there was a big uproar because we were obviously the best band there. Like, we smashed it.
No doubt about it.
All our mates came. We got the biggest reaction. Everyone danced. It was sick. And then what happened on the day afterwards? There was a bit of kick-off on. There's like a Facebook event page, whatever.
Yeah.
And people were commenting like, "Listen, boys. Like, Flatline should have won. Like, what's the crack?" Like, obviously it was rigged. And then some old geezer, some boomer, commented saying that, "Oh, this band was great riffs, great energy. This band, dead goods, whatever." I left towards the end though when the metal screamo came in and ruined the night, and that was our band.
It was
I'm
just,
sure I've got a
it was just-
screenshot of it somewhere.
It was just they deleted the comment section as well, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they did.
was
We
just
had,
a
we
load
had
of, like-
reviews on the page as well. They deleted reviews
Oh,
because
yeah.
we're getting 1-star reviews.
I think my girlfriend put one on and said, "Oh, it's all rigged and that," and they just straight up deleted it.
We sounded like
It was
babies
so
at the time.
funny.
We did, but
Yeah,
we
it
did.
was-
We did.
it
We
was
did.
right.
We were being babies.
It was
but
just
you know
all
what? We were the best
terrible
band.
thrash metal bands, though. They were all terrible. We should have won.
Boomer metal.
Boomer
I'm
metal.
over it.
I'm not.
Back to the question. I think the original question was, what was the most meaningful moment you've had in the band?
Oh yeah. Putting out our EP and music video, honestly. Because
Having a
before
music
this,
video, yeah.
yeah. Because before this, I was in a wedding band for 5-6 years, and we didn't ever record anything. Like, we never shot a music video or anything. Just having music that we've made out for people to listen to. Like, people in Japan and Australia have listened to our music. Like, it's mental.
Wow. That's crazy.
Nice.
Luke, have you done yours?
I already said mine,
yeah.
man.
Oh yeah, Liam.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
I'd probably say putting out an EP is
Yeah.
well,
Not making
that's
the best
crap.
films anyone could ever have.
When I go listen to it at midnight when it released.
Oh,
What
yeah,
about
we
the
were
friendship
stood,
you made along the way?
we were stood in the park, weren't we, listening to our EP when it came out at midnight.
Yeah,
We did
It
that,
wasn't
yeah.
a park; it was a field.
So that's cool.
Yeah. All right, guys. So this is the part of the interview where if there is anything we haven't talked about that you want to talk about, we can. If there's anything you want to ask us, if you want to plug anything, the floor is yours to basically say whatever you want.
Do we ship T-shirts to America?
I don't know how it works. Maybe we can try.
It'd be expensive. We'll have to put the
It's- it's-
postage up a little, maybe.
It's not that expensive, you know. It's
Is
not
it
that
not?
expensive. Nah.
Well, we
Not at all.
are. Was it? We are flatlineuk.bigcartel.com. Pick up a T-shirt. They're only £10. I don't know what that is in dollars.
That's a pretty heavy T-shirt. 10 pounds.
Oh,
Oh Lord.
Terrible. Stream our
Wow.
EP. Watch our music video on YouTube.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Follow me on Instagram.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite metal release of this year?
And why is it Flatline?
Turn the tables there.
do you already have an answer prepared?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
Go on.
Code
Code
Orange. Code Orange's newest
Orange.
record.
What a band, man.
Did you watch their Twitch streams and that?
So
Them playing?
good.
Yeah.
How sick was that?
It was unbelievable.
That's
I
why I
love
got
Code
the shirt.
Orange.
Is
Nice.
after that Twitch stream, and they're like, "Hey, get merch, support us. We can't make money. We just made this album." And
Yeah, man.
That was
I
fucking genius,
saw-
right? Everyone copied off them. I think they were
Yeah,
the first
they
band to
did.
do it.
Oh,
At least
yeah,
in
they
this
were.
sort of little scene.
Yeah.
They were the first ones. It was sick.
I saw Code Orange supporting Gajira a couple of years ago in Newcastle, and it was probably the most violent gig I've ever been to, but it was so sick.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think for me, it's a tie between the Code Orange record, of course,
Mhm.
and then also the new Loathe record.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Really blew my mind.
Oh, it's got some good songs.
Yeah, Lord, that's sick.
So
It's
that's
very
my-
acquired taste. Like
Yeah.
Really, really, really good. But obviously, some bits are really ambient and soft, and then some bits are chaotic as fuck.
Yeah. What are your favourite metal releases, boys?
Full time.
Oh man,
No, for this year.
I
Mine's
really
got to
like
be
the new Currents
Alpha.
album.
Alpha Wolf. It's Alpha
The
Wolf.
new Alpha Wolf. It's
It's sick.
so good. It's like
I've only
one of
listened
my
to half of
favourite.
it. I need to finish it.
It's the best album potentially of all time. It's ridiculous. It's so good.
You guys heard it.
Yeah. It's
I'm
Yeah.
about halfway through it.
Insane.
Sick
So
as fuck. It's mint. It's mint.
Where are Alpha Wolf from?
Australia, where
Are they?
every good metal
Alpha.
band's from.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Thornhill.
Well,
Oh, I think that was the end of 2019. But the
don't
Dark
listen
Soul
to this, okay.
by Thornhill. That was such a good album. Well, that
Nice.
wasn't this year, so
Australia do
Okay.
kill it with the metal, don't they? Really, like
yeah.
realistic. Like Alpha
North
Wolf,
Lane,
North Lane,
Thy Art.
Prom Queen.
No.
What do you mean? What do you mean? No, that's your roots. This band
Awful.
wouldn't exist without Prom Queen.
Terrible.
What do you mean?
It's like going, oh yeah, my favourite band's Black Veil Brides. The terrible.
Nothing
But
like that.
no, right.
Nothing like that.
That's nothing like.
I know, but they're terrible.
What the fuck do you mean? One of the best metalcore bands of all time. Honestly,
Am I going to get kicked out of the band now?
I'm upset, to be honest with you. Back to the biggest struggles of this band is find out that Max doesn't like Hard Kill the Prom Queen. Jesus.
Oh man. Is it worse than the time that I told you I don't like Metallica?
Oh, Youngblood. Why
Ah,
like Youngblood? You guys said the Youngblood?
Youngblood.
So I have this thing, but I think that if he came out like 10 years ago, he'd be like Gerard Way. Like he'd be like one of the biggest like big dudes.
But his music's terrible.
He is massive though. I don't know whether he's on the test of time, but he's massive.
But man, he could be like, if he came out like 10 years ago, he'd be like front page of Kerrang. Like he'd be like one of the biggest guys probably,
Yeah.
in my opinion. I think he's like, yeah, Ronnie Radke. He's like a Ronnie Radke,
Oh.
Gerard Way. He's like a. I think he's sick.
Ugh.
Yeah.
We
You
thought
guys-
that new "Bring Me the Horizon" song was pretty sick.
Yeah, it was really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Oh,
I
baby.
hate Youngblood, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys got anything else? Want to plug? Anything else to talk about? Ask us.
Follow us on Instagram
Listen,
at
I
We
got
Are
one, I got
Flatline
one.
UK. Go on,
fuck all that shit. Do you think Trump's lying about having corona, or do you think he's telling the truth?
100% he's lying about it.
I want
Are
to
you
hear
guys Trump?
the opinion
Are you
of
guys
two
Trump
Americans.
supporters?
Oh, okay. So, oh man, I don't know. We don't normally talk about politics on this.
Oh,
So-
here we go.
But it's not political. It's just do you think he's telling the truth, or is he telling a little
I'm gonna make it political. Do you support Trump?
No, not at all. No.
Good.
We-
And if he's lying, boy, nothing would surprise me at this point.
Yeah, I mean, like,
No.
I think that's the appropriate answer. Is I just don't. That wouldn't surprise me. Like, for example, I assume what you're alluding to is this theory that he's pretending to have it so that he can beat it.
Yeah.
and then it's not a big deal.
Yeah. If it would not surprise me if that's the case, but I don't know. I have no idea. Because at the same time, it wouldn't surprise me if he does have it, because the guy is constantly traveling everywhere. He has these huge rallies where people don't take it seriously. So I don't know, man.
He was making fun of Sleepy Joe for wearing a mask all the time.
Yeah.
And then he gets fucking corona. Oh,
I know.
Your country, from our country, watching your country, it's pretty fun to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
To be fair,
We have a good time on Rage. Go, what's going on over there?
Oh
our
yeah.
country's not much better, honestly.
Yeah. No.
You guys know the second Borat film's coming out the day before Election Day.
Yep. I saw that. Yeah.
I didn't realize it's coming
Are
out
you
the day
joking?
before
The
election.
day before.
No, it's like a month. It's a month before it comes out. End of this month.
I'm sure I heard it's the day
No,
before.
it's the 23rd of this month. It comes out, and the election
right?
is like next month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a couple.
No, that's what I've read.
I don't know. Either way.
When's that South Park coming out?
It's already out. Not in
Is
UK.
Is
Not in
it?
UK.
I haven't
I was
seen
trying to
it.
find it. I was trying to find it on the internet the other day, but apparently it's really good.
The pandemic special.
Totally
I can't wait for
legal.
the South Park special about all this is going to be fucking incredible. I can't wait for that.
I haven't watched South Park in about 10 years.
You guys put it on and spin the camera around, and we'll watch it for the next hour.
No,
Oh,
man.
man.
No, I totally get it. Our country is a fucking carnival sometimes.
It's a fucking circus, man.
Like
It's
you
sick.
can't see it, but there's a window right there, and there's just like cars burning in the street and shit.
It's like a total apocalypse.
Yeah. So,
At this point, nothing will surprise me for 2020. It's been the most ridiculous year.
yep.
Yeah,
Full throttle.
Yeah, it's been great.
it's been great.
Yeah,
Oh,
guys,
man.
but I think Chris already said this at the beginning, but we really, really enjoyed your EP. Like what you guys are doing is sick.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. We try not to be too sycophantic like for most of the interview, but truly, you guys, your new record is super killer. And if anybody happens to click on this video and watch the interview to the end, they need to know like it's definitely worth listening to.
Mhm.
Throw your money at these guys because they deserve to do this full time.
Mhm.
I appreciate
Thank you
that.
very much.
Appreciate that, yeah.
Breakdown in paralysis.
Oh, man.
It's the one.
So
Thank you
good.
guys. Thank you guys so much
Yeah.
for doing this interview.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Nice to
Good
meet you guys.
Guys, take care.
Take care.
Sweet.
You too. See you later,
You
guys.
too. See you later.
Thanks.